Imagine you're standing in a room with 100 doors. Every single door promises wealth, comfort, and security. You pick one, you walk through, and for a month, it feels great. But then, the walls start closing in. You realize the door you entered wasn't an exit, it was a subscription. This is the reality of the modern financial system. It isn't designed to make you wealthy, it's designed to keep you functional. Functional enough to work, functional enough to spend, but never free enough to leave. Most people think the problem is their income. They think if they just made 10% more, the pressure would vanish. But that's the first lie of the trap. The trap scales with you. It's a psychological parasite that grows as your salary grows. I call this the consumer ghost. You work 40 hours a week to pay for a life you're too tired to enjoy, using money you haven't earned yet, to buy things you don't need, to impress people you don't even like. But what if you stopped? What if you initiated the $0 protocol? The $0 protocol isn't about being cheap. It's about becoming a financial ghost. It's a systematic deletion of every psychological hook the system has in your brain. Stage 1 is the audit of desperation. Look at your bank statement. Not the numbers, but the emotions behind them. Every transaction is a tiny dopamine hit used to mask a larger dissatisfaction. That coffee? It wasn't about caffeine, it was about 5 minutes of feeling like you were in control of your morning. That new tech? It was about the hope that a faster processor would lead to a faster life. To break the cycle, you have to embrace the zero state. This is where the escalation begins. You have to prove to your lizard brain that you can survive on nothing. When you voluntarily return to zero, the system loses its primary weapon against you: fear. Fear of losing the car. Fear of missing the payment. Fear of being less than. When you decide that you are okay with nothing, you suddenly have the power to negotiate for everything. The insight is simple but devastating. Wealth isn't what you buy. Wealth is what you don't have to do. It's the ability to say no without checking your balance. Most people are yes men to their own debt. They say yes to jobs they hate because they said yes to a lifestyle they can't afford. The $0 protocol flips the script. You strip the lifestyle back to its skeletal remains. You find your floor, the absolute minimum you need to be happy. Once you find that floor, something strange happens. You start to see the drain triggers everywhere. You see the advertisements not as suggestions, but as attacks. You see the social pressure not as a standard, but as a cage. This is the shift. This is the power upgrade. You are no longer a consumer, you are an observer. But there's a peak to this journey. The emotional peak isn't when you hit $1 million. It's the moment you realize that the system is actually terrified of you. A person who wants nothing cannot be controlled. A person who has mastered their own psychology is a glitch in the matrix. So, here is the challenge. Stop trying to fix your finances. Start breaking your dependence. Delete the apps that tempt you. Cancel the subscriptions that numb you. Look at the zero state, not as a tragedy, but as a clean slate. The exit door isn't through more money, it's through less desire. The room with 100 doors? They're all unlocked, but you've been too busy looking at the gold leaf on the handles to realize the exit was right behind you the whole time. You just had to turn around and walk away from the noise. Welcome to the $0 protocol. Welcome to being free.